Okay, Savannah Christian Raiders.
All right, thanks so much.
Put that on there. You guys, when you talk, you share that.
Okay. All right, just thanks so much for having us. It's an honor to represent Savannah Christian, not only a school that values academics and athletics, but our mission is to develop the whole person to the glory of God. And so it's an honor to be here. Thanks Coach Tomasi and all the news crews that are here for having Savannah Christian. To my left is Akeem Lane. He's a senior, and he's our defensive line. I'm the offensive coordinator, but I brought my defense here today, my defensive lineman. And Akeem, who's going to be a senior, and one of the, two of the quickest feet I've ever seen for a big guy. And he's just done an excellent job this summer at workouts, not only leading by example, but being a vocal leader and holding kids accountable on our team. And then to the left of him is Elijah Griffin. I met Elijah in the 6th grade, and he's the biggest 6th grader I've ever seen, and now he's the biggest 15-year-old I've ever seen. But he's obviously he's a good player. Both of these guys have college offers to play at the next level, and Elijah Griffin's one of the most mature 15-year-old kids I've met. And both of these guys not only lead on the field, but they also lead off the field. And season outlook for the Raiders, we always try to focus in on one goal first and foremost. And, our goal this year is to hold, for our coaches to hold our players accountable, but more importantly for our players to hold each other accountable. And it comes from Proverbs 17:17 that a friend loves at all times, but a brother is born for adversity. And we're trying to get our team to come closer. And we have a bunch of really good individual players on our team, but the goal is for all those individuals to come together as in a team, and that's what they did this summer. We had the majority of our team come to every single workout in the summer, and they bonded, and of course we've had a great, I think 11 practices now, and we had our first scrimmage last night at Pooler Stadium against Frederica, and we played very well, especially for a first scrimmage game.
What did you learn about the team based off of that scrimmage?
Well, first off, I just felt like we were physical. In Georgia high school, there's certain rules about how much contact you can have within a practice, and I always worry, as football is a very physical game, and most of the time, the most physical team wins. And so you're always wondering, hey, have we done enough contact? Are we going to be physical? Because you don't have that opportunity to do as much contact in practice as you are in the game. And so I thought defensively we ran to the ball well, and we got 11 people to the ball, and we were obviously the most physical team last night. And, worries about us not being physical, they went out the window last night because we were a very physical football team. Offensively, we want to make sure that we don't turn the ball over. And I thought for a scrimmage and kind of being our first opponent, we had 1 turnover and we had 4 penalties, which I thought was pretty good, but definitely room for improvement. And the challenge is that we just have to play to our level. And I've told our guys I feel like the team that can beat us is ourselves, and we've got to be our best and compete against ourselves. Yeah.
How's the running back situation also?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, Paulus right now, in the scrimmage, he was the starter last night. He did pretty well. He'll tell you himself that, he's got room for improvement, and all the things that I wanted him to improve on in the off season, I felt like he's done. He's been a great leader. He's been in our workouts, leading the team. I think the team believes in him, but we also, one of our best players on our team is a guy named David Busey, number 9. He's a really good football player, and so he's at the backup, and people will see him at quarterback this well. And then we have a young fella named Blaise Thomas. It's just a freshman, and he got some action last night as well, and he's a good player. But the quarterback position, I think we're going to be better at. Running back, and I do want to say something about George Futch, because Yeah, he's at Lenore Ryan right now, and he was a tremendous loss for our offense. He's been a big play for receiver for us for a couple of years, he's at Lenore Ryan. He's 2 on the depth chart, and he had a 40.2-inch vertical. He told me last night on the sideline. I was like, "Wow, man, I should have thrown you the ball more." In our running back position, I think at running back, and we operate with 2 wings. At running back and 2 wings, we're as deep as we've ever been. Our main running back that we have is Harry Smalls Jr. He goes by Zoe. He had a good night last night. He's worked extremely hard in the off season. He's a very strong back. He's going to be extremely hard to tackle. He's going to be he's a sophomore, yes, sir. It had a great off season, and we still have our wings from last year. Tyler Penrose is he's going to get some carries, and then Kenry Wall, who went down with a broken ankle last year, he had a great game last night. I think he returned a kick for a touchdown, a punt for a touchdown, had a reception for a touchdown. So he's a really dynamic player. And then, of course, Busey, the guy we mentioned earlier, he's going to be playing some receiver for us, and Logan Brooking at the tight end position. One of the good things about our offense it's good for me and it's good for our offensive line coaches that our entire offensive line is back this year, led by our seniors, Jep Hudspeth and Cole Burnsid. Those are the 2 seniors on the offensive line one more senior, Jackson Mercer. So 3 seniors on the offensive line, and they're all returning. So it makes our offensive line coaches happy.
How do you 2 guys deal with that offensive line they're returning? How do you go out of practice? I mean, I remember last year, Coach telling me vividly, Coach, you understand we're young this year, but it's going to work out. They got a lot of experience under them. Tell us about that offensive line.
It's great. It's good for practice because we go for competition. So every day, get better. So I like it. And seeing going against my friends, seeing people I graduated with, so it's fun.
Yeah. I was just about to say the same exact thing Akeem said. It's just very competitive. It's fun. I love it. I love making my guys better day by day. And that's just about it.
So last year, young team, you guys grew together. What's the atmosphere? What's the camaraderie like this year that you guys got a year under your belt and you know each other better?
It's just about the same. We're very close. We do things outside of school. It's just about the same from last year.
Elijah, it seems like you're a junior or something since you're in 8th grade. You're a sophomore this year, right?
Yes, sir.
And you turned 16 in October, is it?
Yes, sir.
Coach said you're one of the most mature 15-year-olds he's ever met. How do you think this whole recruiting process has affected you that way? Has it made you more mature having to deal with all the kind of stress of being a blue chip recruit?
I would say yes. It's a lot to take in, especially coming from as an 8th grader and taking that in as a 14 or 13-year-old, whenever how old I was during that time. I think I had to learn how to grow up faster and do a lot of more things in a faster way,
And how do you think that will help you on the football field this year as a sophomore?
I think it will make me strong mentally and physically, but more mentally, I would say yes. It adds more fuel to the fire.
Coach, new region, still got your rivals, Country Day and Calvary, which whatever you 3 play, it's always a game. One year you might have it, next year they might have it, or you might go back and forth, close games. But you got more schools added to that region now, and you don't have to travel all over the place. What's your outlook?
Yeah, no, I love it. And considering we don't have to travel, I mean, this is the first year. I think my first year coming to Savannah Christian, we went to Athens. My first game as a high school coach was about 5 hours away. So, I love it. I mean, our longest game this year, I think it's going to be an hour. I think we have to travel to Battery Creek. But, we're going against, from what I can see watching film, we're going to get some better athletes. And what Mark Stroud said earlier, there's a lot of good coaches in Savannah. And, so we're not only going against better talent, I think we're going against better coaches as well. And, so it's going to be tough. I mean, there's not going to be like one game on your schedule like, oh, okay, we got that one, et cetera. But we're used to that. And so I'm excited about being local, and I'm excited about, when I came and took this job, I think of February of 18, and we talked on the phone about those rivalry games. I mean, of course, you've heard about South Effingham and Effingham, but in the city of Savannah, the Savannah Christian Calvary game is a big deal. And, the Savannah Christian Country Day game is a big deal. And so having those high school rivalries is really important. And it's a reason I took this job as well. I mean, to be a part of those rivalries and even having played in those rivalries, it's awesome. And I do want to say, about our defense too, because I didn't get a chance to talk about it, but these guys are the big leaders. When you have defensive linemen like this that we're blessed to have, they keep the offensive linemen off our linebackers. And we have an excellent defensive coordinator in Coach Walsh, an excellent linebacker coach in Coach Brooking. And we have 3 really good linebackers. Our middle linebacker, Austin Saylor, is going to be a senior, and he was flying around last night. And David Busey at linebacker. And then Jayden Miles. We have some really good sophomores with Elijah and Zoe and Kennery, and Jayden Miles is playing that other linebacker position. And he's done an excellent job in the offseason. And our secondary is kind of somewhat new, because we've got a guy from our hallway that's been playing basketball. He didn't play football last year. And Blake Hall, he's coming back. He's an excellent athlete that's been at our school. He's coming back to play, and he had a great job at safety last night. And, Matthew Gunn has been our punter, and he got a lot of experience last year because we punted a pretty good bit, unfortunately. But Matthew is our starting corner as well, and he's done an excellent job. And I have to talk about Jayden Hester. The guy's been starting for us since he was a freshman, and he's starting at corner this year. And but he also, he took a jet sweep to the house last night, so we're going to be using him on offense as well. But just can't say enough about our overall team, and excited about what special teams is going to do too with Coach Bell. Not only coaches our running backs, but he coaches our special teams as a special teams coordinator. And one other guy on defense that I left out is Jamari Mcalvery. He's one of our better players. He plays receiver too, but he's our free safety, and he just recently got back from running a 48-second 400. Yeah, and he's just a great kid. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard him speak, but he is. Yeah, he's a great kid, and we're looking forward to that. And our, I think I mentioned, maybe I didn't mention one kid, our defensive lineman, Logan Brooking, and our other defensive lineman, 2 other defensive linemen that have been playing and had a great summer is Austin Myers and a young freshman named Isaiah Redmond. He's been a really good surprise for us too. But I didn't want to get up here and talk about offense and not say anything about the defense.
Hey, Coach, politically correct. So, quickly, guys, new region, playing against some of those other guys at the public schools. You guys know very well. How do you feel about it?
It's going to be a fun experience for both of us. I think we'll have a lot of fun and dominate.
You know a lot of these guys?
Most of them, not all of them. But.
Akeem?
I love it. It's my senior year, so most of the games are home, so all my family, friends can come to the games, and I'm staying home for all of my senior year, so it's going to definitely be fun. Go and get some of my old friends from middle school, some friends from from different schools, so I love it.
And Groves in your region now too, right?
Yeah, Groves, yeah.
Right around the block.
Groves, Johnson, Beach. Oh, yeah.
I know Groves. No, I don't know.
You guys have never played Johnson, that's
Nah.
years since you're so close, right?
Yeah.
No.
Never been in the same region, so.
No, sir.
It's just
Any other questions to wrap it up?
One last question, Elijah. Frieza or Cell, better Dragon Ball Z villain?
Definitely Frieza. Frieza, I like her.
Why is Frieza better?
I don't know. She just is.
Good vibe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She just is.
All right, guys. Like I said, I apologize for skipping over you.
Very
We
good.
last week ago, but once again, appreciate you waiting through that time, and we enjoy having you here. And once again, Savannah Christian.
Thank you.
Enjoy school, Raiders.
Thanks so
Thank
much.